Hi everyone, today I'm going to walk you guys through how to set up Prometheus with Capella integration. Now head over to the settings and there are a few prerequisites you need to do. You will need to open the internet and add the allowed IP, get the connection string, and following that you will need to set up a database access. You can select whatever read and write scope, but for Prometheus it's pure read, so you can just select read. For me, I already created one with a read and write, so I'll just use that. And the next thing you need to do is to download the security certificate. So upon downloading the security certificate, it will appear as a .txt. You will need to rename it as a .pem file. Now, if you take a look at the buckets, you will be able to see that I have two buckets already standby with data inside. And now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a folder called Prometheus 1. Okay, I'm going to download all the prerequisites from Capella and throw them all into that folder itself. So now I'm creating a warm-up script. This warm-up script is basically a polling mechanism to poll into the control plane on what are the various nodes that are active in the cluster. Okay, so I'm copying the connection string and pasting it there. And of course, you have to change the database credentials. So for me, it's password 123 exclamation mark, and you're done. So next, I'm creating a Prometheus YAML file. This Prometheus YAML file contains the job Couchbase cluster, okay, and it will poll every 15 seconds. So you have to include the root certificate file, which you have downloaded earlier and renamed to .pem. And from there, you have created the Prometheus YAML file. So all saved within this Prometheus 1 folder. Okay. Now, I will be downloading Prometheus onto my MacBook because I am on MacBook OS. I will use Darwin. Okay, let it download. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I copy the folder, the package into this Prometheus 1 folder. Basically extract it, right? And so if you take a look within this folder, there will be multiple folders and finally the Prometheus app itself, the executable file. Now copy all the various three components in fact into this this executable file, and of course replace the prometheus.yaml file because they will provide a template file for you to edit. Now execute the executable file, which the warm-up script, and once executing the warm-up script, they will create a Couchbase SD config YAML file which contains all the node names within the cluster. As you can see, the Couchbase SD config file, and now you'll see all the node names. So now what I'm going to do, I will be, since I have all the configs, I'll be executing the Prometheus executable file to run my Prometheus on the localhost 9090, port number 9090. Okay, so if I would head to localhost 9090, you will see Prometheus loading up, and this is where I will be able to script for the metrics within Couchbase. And you can see earlier there's a status targets that will show what are the various nodes that are online. It takes some time to load. So basically you see I can do there are various functions for me to execute, and I can track the statuses of these of my nodes within the cluster. However, if you wish to perform beautify it and have a functional dashboards with different matrix, you will need to have Grafana. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to load my Grafana. As you can see, I am downloading Grafana at the moment. It takes some time. And you can see I downloaded the package within the folder itself. So now I'll extract it all, and I'll open it from my Prometheus folder and run the executable file. So what is going to do is going to load Grafana on localhost port 3000. And if you were to go to localhost port 3000, you will be able to see Grafana. And what we need to do next is to add the data source. I have added it previously already, okay, which is Prometheus. Now localhost 9090 is connected. That's the URL that we are connecting to. So what I need to do next is to add dashboards, because that's the whole point of Grafana, right? To add dashboards. So head over to new dashboard, and you can then see all the various functions you saw in Prometheus, but now you can add them into the Grafana dashboard. So earlier we were trying to look for KV current items. You can type KV current items and select run the query. Of course, you have different labels as well. You can select the bucket, instance job, etc., and then you can press run queries. So it's the same thing as you saw in Prometheus. However, now you can do way more of it. You can do different kind of visualization, from a stats to time series to bar charts, etc. If you want to go in further to specific buckets, you can select bucket and travel sample, and you will only track the travel sample bucket. Which will show you all the stats from all three different nodes itself. And as you can see, Now all the targets are online, right, from Prometheus. Just now it wasn't online because it takes some time to load. So these are the various stats or visualization techniques that you can change into. But of course, I'm just showing you everything right now, but I'll stick back to time series. Of course, once I'm done, I just press apply, and there you go. You can add different panels as you wish, with different stats as well. As I'm scrolling down the list, you can see everything here. Now let's look at the CPU system rate, like the CPU utilization rate, I mean. And I can select for specific nodes even, run the query, and it's showing me all the utilization rate per node. So node 1, CPU utilization rate. As usual, you can change to different charts if you wish, and you press apply, and there you go.